Welcome one, welcome all. Oh. Keep saying oh like that. You can't just say all, you have to have oh. Okay, well, it sound fun anyway. Right, welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where we have a third big old thank you to Evan Lefevre, who is currently premiering something right now on his channel. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks also to Cynic for putting all this together. Yeah, 111, his new album. He gave me permission. He gave me a copy of it and gave me permission as well. So big old shout out to him. Big old shout.
See the numbers one. See the numbers one. Heaven. Army of heaven. Whoa. See the 111. With children heaven. Whoa. 111. You see my voice and you can hear it. The heavenly favor really is the Holy Spirit. Oh yeah, and I know how to do what I need to do to save each and every one of you. I'm gonna save you for eternity. When I become king, you will be in heaven, right here on earth, the courtesy of heaven. Yeah, anyone that wants to step to me, I'm gonna leave you way behind for eternity. Because I am the king, no one can challenge. Bring you because I am the king. Bring you heaven for eternity. Bring you right, so step right. I'll break you right then. Break you, treat you like you are a. Break you right, are a king. Break you what I say. On the mic is too profound. You know I'm a masterful poet, but how I use my sound. Break you right then. We heaven, the one and only king of heaven. I heaven, the one and only king of heaven. I am the savior of the century. And I want you to say eternity. I love you. You know that I love you. I'm ever favor. You know that I am your savior. That I am one and only heaven, 111. Ooh, you know I'm gonna love you for eternity. Because I am your savior. I am the one and only heaven, the favor. That's why I had to come and spit some fire here for you. Because I'm Evan the favor, and I'm the one and only 21st century savior. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century, 21st century savior. Oh yeah. The Cynics is a Cynic remix. Oh yeah, Evan LeFave. Oh yeah, Evan LeFave. Evan LeFave. Feel free to piece together whatever you want. Piece together whatever you want. It's the remix. Evan LeFave. Everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever. Evan LeFave. Your friend forever. Evan LeFave. This is your friend forever. Evan LeFave. This is your friend forever. Evan LeFave. heavenly flame. What does it mean to be my friend forever? It means for eternity we'll be friends together. You don't need to love me, you see, but I will love you forever for eternity. That's me. That's what I do. That's why I'm the king of the kingdom of heaven. I come through for everyone that's ever there, regardless of what everyone ever motherfucking did. I always come through. I always come through, cause I love all of you. I'm the king of heaven. I-L-O-V-E. I love each and every one of you, unconditionally too, that's what I do. I will always love all of you for all you do and all you don't. You don't impress me with this and that, or not doing this or that either. I'ma show you you will be a believer when you see what I bring to the table. Heaven on earth, you know that I am able to make it come true for all of you, cause that's what I came to this planet earth to do. Hooty hoo, to the ooh-wee. When you wake up and listen to me, you realize I really love you, and everything I say is really true. Yeah, cause I'm your friend forever. Oh, yeah, I'm your friend forever. Yeah, cause I'm your friend forever. Oh, yeah, I'm your friend forever. Came to planet Earth to save all of you from slavery and extinction too. Cause I love each and every one of you. And extinction too. Cause I love each and every one of you. I have a relationship with existing underneath the sun and out there in outer space. Every planet with life has a race, and this race goes to heaven when they die. Everything alive, I will teach them how to fly in the afterlife, you see, because all of you mean a real lot to me. So I gotta show you that love is true, cause I love each and every fucking one of you, cause we're friends forever, and I'm your friend, friend forever.
Evan.
Telling you the truth about existence and reality. Telling you the truth about existence and reality. Yo, we need true freedom. A king like Evan LaFavor. We need him to bring about heaven on earth for everyone, cause Evan LaFavor's got the plans to get it done. Yeah, the big EL, the guy who's in heaven and hell. Yeah. The King of Heaven came to bring about heaven on earth for everyone on the planet. I got a plan, do you understand it? I can speak in third person when I rap, cause when I rap I don't talk smack. I'm telling you the truth about existence and reality, directly from me. Don't listen to the books in the past and what they say I said about this and that, because it ain't true, you see. But everything I say is true, G, and I'm here to straighten out all the words they claim came out my mouth. There ain't no directly divine inspiration when it comes to the Bible or the Quran or all these other motherfucking books, you understand. I will tell you right now, throughout every land, G-O-D. So I hope you all believe in me. I am the E to the L. I design heaven and I design hell, and I'm in control of the afterlife. It's cause of me that you have it nice, but I came to bring about heaven right here on earth. Yeah, courtesy of Evan. Ava designed the kingdom of heaven in the future, see, because time travelers abducted him and took him to the future where it could be free to use my mind. I could do things like travel through motherfucking time, because I merged with technology and became a god, and God became me, cause technology is God, God is technology, and I had a lot of powers, you see, and I built the kingdom of heaven. It was designed and created by Evan. That's why I'm the king for eternity when it comes to hitting kingdom of heaven, see. And I came to bring about heaven on earth, heaven on earth, heaven on earth, heaven on earth,
sure. I mean, what, we need to actually talk right here, right now on Discord?
Freedom.
Want me to bring you on?
Heaven on earth, and True freedom.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Hi, by the
oh
way.
yeah. I know you're sick of being enslaved every motherfucking day.
I'm in the hangout room. I am in the middle of a show, but I mean, if you actually want me to bring you on, like, alright, cool. Wait, which one? Do you want me to actually bring you on the stream, or do you want me to,
Yo,
talk after I'm done?
I'm the one and only king of the kingdom of heaven. That's why I'm kingdom of heaven. Something that you never heard before. Every time you hear my music, I'm knocking on your eardrum's door, so I can open your mind. Cause I leave all the other MCs way behind. I try to step to me, reach, and go into your brain, but they can't reach as far as I do. As I supply with the knowledge and the truth that provides with what you need.
I don't know if the people will be able to hear you or not, but after last time's bullshit. But yeah, I'll give you a ring. Call. Actually, we'll just go into the hang. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, man. I don't know if anyone could hear you, but what's up? What do you want to talk about?
So I found this thing.
You're coming in very awkward right now. You sound a bit weird.
What?
You're messing around with shit. I like that. Keep me preoccupied, man. How are you?
I tried it on one of my Discord friends, and he instantly knew I was using a voice changer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Alvin and the Chipmunks. What an honor.
This is my chipmunk.
This is your chipmunk voice. We got ourselves a chipmunk. Chipmunk in the chat.
I can be a robot.
Robot voice. Robot beep beep boop boop. Damn, did you find this on is that like a program you're using or what?
Yeah, you want me to send you the link?
Hell yeah, man. I can get some use out of that. Appreciate it. I don't know what I'd use it for, but I definitely love playing around with it. Don't worry, folks. We will return to the King of Heaven momentarily. He's the King of Heaven. Technically, he is beyond space and time. He's all right. He can wait.
Or I can sound like a woman.
Ooh, don't. Otherwise, the chat. Well, actually, maybe do. We'll definitely get more people in the chat wondering who this woman is and what's her number. We can catfish the hell out of people if you want. yeah, man. I think she likes you. If you want, I can give her your contact details.
You can pay for it, but it does get you a lot more voices if you pay for it. But.
Oh yeah, so like the base one will just give you like 10 voices to mess around with, and then.
I unlocked the chipmunk voice from just tweeting it on my Twitter.
Okay.
There is no effects, baby cave chipmunk. That's where I got it from. Reading it. Magic chords, poison, man to woman 2, and robot.
Did you say poison?
This voice is what it sounds like.
That's a bit shite, that one there. I was expecting more of a poison sort of thing going on.
Yeah, it's pretty trash.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like,
Magic
that's
chords one is really good.
yeah, that one's cool. I kind of like the synth going on there.
This is the robot one.
Yeah, boy.
I like how yeah, boy. Is that your catchphrase? Because you've got one more catchphrase than I do, mate.
Oh, you stream can hear me, by the way.
Yeah, the stream can. Yeah. That's cool. I'd love to mess around with that, even just off stream. I'd love to mess around with that. I need to diversify. Damn it! It can't just be my beautiful face 24 hours driving a truck while getting drunk, unless they start paying me big money for that.
Ever wanted to hear a baby singing "Baby Don't Hurt Me"?
You know what? Until you said that, I never even thought of it, and now all I can do is think about that.
Oh, one of my friends told me about this, and he just said search up voice mod. I kind of thought it was a joke, then no.
Have you noticed with the rise of Twitch and YouTube and places like that, all these sort of gimmick programs have popped up, like filters, or there's this girl I follow on Twitch, and she doesn't have an avatar. It's more like a motion capture thing that puts in like an avatar over her as she talks, and like she can be an anime character, and she can be like a dog. Like somebody is raking in the money. Me, I'm lucky if I learn how to master a filter. You know, I'm not called low energy just because I'm always terrible at conversations and just drifting off into nothing.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes. I was never saying a thing. I was tired. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do a Wasted Wednesday yesterday because I had just gotten Stellaris, and I mean there were other reasons too, but I was just there like no. I could have done the stream. I could have even streamed Stellaris, but the point was I just was like nope. If I'd have done the stream, it would have been me just going, yeah, I'm driving this truck, but you know what's really cool? Stellaris is cool. Yeah, and then just go back to being quiet for another 5 hours. That's why I drink on stream. You've got the value of youth. Me, I've got nothing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jeez, mate, I appreciate that. You're a real friend, putting me down the way you just did there.
If you go onto your Steam and search up Face Read, I think this is what you're talking about.
Where the motion capture thing?
Yeah, I think so. It has motion oh shoot.
Yeah, I've seen other people like be dogs and dragons and things like that. She often picks really weird choices, like little anime girls or furries. But like
the thing I think about, but it is 15 USD.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it wasn't free. It's too advanced. But one thing I like is the idle animation. If you walk away from the screen, the camera just the icon just kind of moves around on its own for a little bit, and I think that's kind of cool. But you can kind of make it go all weird faces, like when you're laughing, it kind of just at a point stops laughing and just keeps its mouth open.
Yeah.
She plays around with that though. Girls Does Rant is the one I'm thinking about. Makes me wonder, I think she just got sick of wearing the masks, because her gimmick, well, her two gimmicks was, A, she had very big boobs, and B, she had a mask on at all time.
Wow.
While she gamed.
That's the only reason you did that. Just like,
I think that was she was smart. That's how she hooks you in. You know, like it's kind of like showing something sparkly to someone, and they're like, ooh, and then they walk in, then afterwards she's like, now that we've got you there, look, competent gameplay, and I interact with the chat a lot, and I'm kind of funny, and then, you know.
Is a free version. It's just IR face rig instead of just face rig.
Face rig?
Search up IR face rig on Steam.
IR face rig. Alright, cool. I don't know if I'd use it. I know this is no joke. I know a lot of people who sub to me just like looking at my eyes, which is not creepy at all. Not creepy at all. I don't feel like I'm being.
Not creepy at all.
No. You ever want to get creeped out? Go on Rabbit. Well, maybe not you, because your age would attract the worst type of people. But anytime I'm on Rabbit, I'm either going to get girls who just are like, whoa, especially once they find out I'm Irish, they're like, but you got them, and then you've got
I have an issue. I don't have a camera, so I can't use IR face rig. Or face rig.
So, what do you YouTube? What do you stream? Is this something to do, or what?
Trying to get that freaking revenue. You don't have 1,000 subs yet. You don't have 1,000 subs yet.
No, and I've got money from it. You know.
No 1,000 friends.
You don't. By the way, the ad revenue, it's useless. It's next to nothing. You need to be the most cookie cooker, PC sort of person in order to get the ad revenue. You make far more getting donations or Patreon or things like that.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna go how to make a Patreon. I already have a donations thing.
Oh, is it set up down the corner like mine, or?
I wonder if I could.
Another 10 hours before I get to my destination. I wonder how many times I'll crash. I'm gonna say at least 3 times on this trip I'm gonna crash.
Has to be $1. I don't know if I have $1.
Well, that would be $1 more than you would have gotten without doing it. Never forget to thank them so much for tipping. It's their money to give, not your money to take. But beyond that, yeah, like it's I still can't believe people tip. And like my first few goals, I reached like a week before the time was up. This is like the first time I've ever set up goals where I'm not. It looks like I won't reach it because I haven't even like started the bar hasn't even moved yet. But you know, I don't do this for money. I never did for money. It's not like a job. It's not a career. It's just something to do because I've got a lot of free time. I might as well interact with people while I do shit, you know.
Oh, they're what screen or did you use?
Oh, I use OBS. OBS Streamlabs. That's I used XSplit in the early days, but it had so many problems with it. Not too bad to record yourself with, but OBS is, I think, a little bit better.
Yeah.
And Streamlabs, of course, then ties in with your PayPal and things like that.
It makes it easy.
Mm.
Opens Minecraft instead of clicking on something else.
Mm. Which one do you use?
Wait, which what do I use?
Which one? Which stream do you use? Service? OBS, XSplit.
Streamlabs.
Yeah. I didn't. For the longest time, I didn't even know how to set this stuff up.
Me neither. I don't Another thing, I don't think it works on Windows 7 that well.
Oh wow, you're still using Windows 7?
No, my old computer couldn't even run a little thing of this. It wouldn't show up anything.
Oh Jesus.
By the way, if you go into dashboard on Streamlabs OBS and you scroll down, you want to wait till you can see face mask.
I seen face mask, yeah. It really wants to sell you face mask. It really wants. Be sure to turn on face mask. I think I might play around with that down the line, but yeah.
Nah, I'd use IR face rig better.
Yeah, I've seen face mask being used before, and it's very bare bones. But then I've seen IR, and IR is just it's a lot better than my driving apparently.
IR face rig.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it IR because it reminds me of IR Baboon, and I am Weasel because I am old. Don't get old, kid. Find a way. You be the motherfucker that finds how how to stop the aging process, because it just gets worse and worse. You hit a peak around about your 20s, and then it just kind of goes. Woo.
That's how you speed up the aging process.
Pretty much. Oh god. At a certain point in time, just days become as quick as hours, and then by that logic, then of course weeks become as quick as days, and before long, hello, a whole year. What did I do for that? Oh, nothing. Okay. Well, it's time to look at myself in the mirror again. Maybe I should get drunk for the trillionth time.
Look at Discord and look in general chat. That's how you speed up the aging process, and that's how you slow down the aging process.
Alright, let's have a gander. Boop, boop, boop. General chat. Voice mod. Oh, I do appreciate the links, by the way. There's face rig. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah. There's a strong argument to be made with the first one. The second one. If weed. The thing about weed is that I've always been a lightweight with weed, so it doesn't speed up or slow down the passage of time for me. It just kind of stops everything.
Jesus Christ! Don't admit that on camera.
Dude, 420, blaze it, legalize it. In completely legal states, I might point out. Otherwise, I smoke only completely legal tobacco.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Totally, completely legal tobacco that you can buy from any dispensary. Unless you're in a country or state that legalized it, in which case, blaze it! But I'm a sweet boy. We do not promote illegal drug use or human trafficking whatsoever. Even though that's some sweet organ harvesting right there. My god, the money. I do appreciate the it's not so much the robot voice, it's the actual tune that goes with the robot voice. I actually appreciate in that one. That would be so annoying though. Like, imagine if everything you did had like a soundtrack to it. Every time you moved your arm, it would be like that episode of Family Guy where Peter wished for where everything would have like its own soundtrack. So he moved his hand and
whatever you do, don't look in general chat.
I'm not gonna keep on pausing this game so I'd look into the general chat, but now in all fairness, Bob has a lot of reasons to relieve tension. Have you seen his family? Sometimes, like, I imagine at some points, Oh, I imagine that at some points during the day, he's just there like, right, unzips his pants when no one else is looking, into the pan, and then fries up whatever. Here you go, Teddy. Ah, thanks, Bobby. Mmm, extra salty today. Yeah, yeah. So, I noticed once again you didn't fix our gutters. Oh yeah, Bobby, I'll get around to it. Mmm, it's so salty. I wonder why. Would you like a second on the house for a good friend? And then that night, Linda wants a bit of loving, and he's like, "Oh, honey, I'm just drained." I love Bob's Burgers, but it's kind of run its course. I think I thought it could be pretty damn cool when it started off being something different.
I'm just spamming the chat with dumb kids.
Hey, dude, somebody's in the chat doing something, so go fucking crazy. my Discord is as dead as Egghead's. And Egghead is like 3 times the amount of subs
I just found a really good one. Phone jack off.
I'll check it in a bit, but we can't keep pausing the game every 4 seconds. However, folks, if you want to see exactly what he's posting, there is a Discord link down in the description. Yeah. Robot voice. Why? Why was I programmed to feel pain? I wonder how long I can do this, just constantly, like, gyrate my body to that tune. I need alcohol for this. The old lubrication of the gears. Low energy robot.
I just actually found something that matches something you just said about burgers.
Oh god. Let's have a see, and in my mind, I'll be thinking. I'll be trying to think what you're thinking of, because I've seen up to the latest season. So.
It's not actually Bob's Burgers, but
there you go. Oh god. All right. Let's see. Jesus, you've been busy. Let's see. Rabbits. Ren and Stimpy. Dog shooting out of its own asshole while also jacking off and sucking itself. Carlin. Jack off. Phone. Food. I have huge respect for that man up to a certain point. I mean, Sarah Silverman kind of liked it sometimes. Dog fucking a dead... Oh, a far superior dog. Wow, beta dog, beta. And now alpha dog showing who's the real dog boss. Yeah, there's that. Kids. Oh, well, that's why you don't have white furniture, mate. That's why you don't have white furniture. And I've just jerked off in your friend's toast. I've got a story to tell. Story time with Low Energy Videos. I had a really good night one year when I was living in Dublin, and I woke up the next morning completely hungover and nothing in the fridge. So I went up to the pizza place around the corner and told them I told him I wanted a pizza, and while I was waiting, he was asking me how my day was. It was a really slow day. I told him I had a really good night the night before. People were buying me drinks and everything, and then he went, "Oh hey, do you want the good train going?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What do you want? What are you talking about?" And he went like, "Well, I can throw in some extra garlic bread if you give me a minute, just free on the house, because we've got too much garlic bread." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, free garlic bread." So he goes around back. It's just the one guy there. And the way he was kind of standing was, I'll need to actually just, I'm not going to show anything, but like the way he was kind of doing it was kind of like, His back was turned to me, and his hands were both focused on something exactly in the middle of him for the longest time. And yeah, I noticed.
No.
Now, here's the thing. I saw the garlic bread he had taken out of the oven, but he was there for nearly 10 minutes. Right?
I would have just left with my teeth.
No, I wanted to see how this turned out, but we both know where this is going. I think my logic was, he had a really shit night while I had a really good night, right? And he was so pissed off at me, he wanted to kind of be like, hey, do you want something? So, when he came back, he gave me at least 6 little packages of garlic sauce, garlic and herb sauce. Now, if you open up a garlic and herb sauce, it's white and salty. So, if he's going to hide anything, if he's going to hide anything, it would be in garlic and herb sauce. He wouldn't have done it in barbecue. He wouldn't have done it in sweet and sour or anything like that. He would have done it in the garlic and herb. So, I got all these sauce packages, which he never mentioned, by the way. He just was like, here you go. He just threw in an extra on top. And I looked at them. And then I got the garlic bread and I went like, thank you, man. So, when I got home, I ate my pizza as I normally did. But then I got to the garlic bread that he gave and all the sauces, and I stared at them for the longest time. And then, this must have been a sign from Allah himself. By the way, let me just have more of this alcoholic beverage. He basically... I got a knock at the door, and it was one of the people who lived in my apartment building who was a bit of let's say in America he'd be on a certain list. There was something horrible about him. There was something terrible and creepy about him. And he went in and said, did you see who's been stealing our mail? That's something separate. Someone was stealing our mail at the time in the building. And I went like, no, but hey, do you want to do me a favor? Could you just... like, would you like this garlic bread? I made up some bullshit story that I had gotten too much food and all that stuff, and he was this skinny motherfucker. He probably wasn't eating right, so I'm sure he would have taken any calories he got. So he was like, yeah, sure, and he took all the sauces and that away, so I was just there like, you know, pass it down the line. Pass it down the line. Guess it's just us still and want to have some fun. I'm sorry, welcome to the show, but I am chatting to someone. I thought they were boom. Say something so I know you're in the chat.
I'm still here.
There, yeah, you're in the chat. No, it isn't just us. It isn't just us. Well, I welcome you to the chat all the same. Please engage. Please have ourselves a little conversation. But you don't have me all to yourself. Oh, lunatic. Oh, lunatic. Oh, no. I retract that statement. Oh, no. You get hidden. You get hidden, lunatic. You had your chance. Yeah, lunatic. If you see lunatic, always report lunatic. He's our first little bit of yeah, lunatic's not a good guy. But, yeah, I basically just passed down the cum garlic bread and the cum sauce down to someone who probably was in either witness protection or an actual pedophile. So I think karma was sorted. But you know what the sad fact is? Even today I'm like, what if he just really was awkward in getting his food together? I might have just given away a nice meal to someone.
No, they took 10 minutes. No.
Change the filter because I can barely understand you at this point. I mean, I'm loving the robot stuff.
General chat.
Shouldn't have talked shit about my daughter and we wouldn't be in this situation. Well, you know what, lunatic? Hold on. Report. Unwanted commercial. No, it's not doing anything like that. Hold on, I'm dealing with no. Lunatic is sorry, I was just dealing with Lunatic. He's a bit he used to be a mod. Have you ever met Lunatic before? He's he kind of helped set up the Discord, but he kind of lost his fucking mind and started to lose his shit and became a drama queen. And then he has this bizarre notion that he has this daughter, even though he told me he's like 17 and yet she's old enough to be 12 years old, which makes no sense. But I mean, unless he sired a child at like 5 years old, you know. But no, it's just some drama that he fucks around with. Plus, he's a little bit unhinged and a little bit deranged, and no one really likes him. So I just blocked him, and he's been a constant. Since then, he's been a constant little thing in the corner of my eye. The Dutch guy who I blocked before him, he hasn't shown up. He's moved on with his life, but Lunatic seems to have this notion that I give a shit what he thinks. But anyway, boom. Yeah, let's have a gander. Let's have a gander what you did. Let's see what you did now. What sort of hell did you put to my chat? What have you done to it? Boy, what have you done? Quick and huge cream pie after work at teasing and edging. I have a feeling that if I clicked on... oh, it's Pornhub. Oh, shit. Okay. Now, in all fairness, mate, you... Let's have a gander. Now, in all fairness there, Boom, you should have put that in the 18 plus.
Oh, wait, what? Yeah, one?
That one, yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the link. And oh, you wouldn't see it because you're not 18. Sorry, mate. It's about the only thing I'm really not... I'm kind of a dictator about. If you're not over 18, you kinda shouldn't be putting stuff on my... And don't get me wrong. I know it's harmless, and in actual fact, I didn't actually watch the whole video, so I'm gonna go back and just watch the whole damn... Oh, you already got rid of it. Alright, cool. Well, I'll take your word for it that there was a fun little thing at the end of it, because I actually took it at its worth. I'm guessing it was something, like, ridiculous. But, no, you're good. You're good. Pornographic material will always be something a third party will point to. See? They're sexualizing children. People like, say, Lunatic, who lost his fucking mind, can always point to shit like that, and when they're talking about how shit the community, because I've seen it firsthand, so I kind of made it age restricted. It's the only restriction. You can put anything else you want in the associated chats, and if you want an in-depth thing, ask Chaos Gamer, because he completely renovated the Discord after Lunatic. Lunatic set it up, and oh my god, it was this labyrinthine bullshit that was not necessary. I respect him for helping me get it together, but I think maybe 5% of what he originally put is left in our Discord now. But don't get me wrong. I would recommend putting stuff like that in the future, in your case, in things like meme. There's a memes page, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Look. Yeah. I'll just put it in the memes. Because we don't want people pointing fingers at us and saying things like, "Oh, you've been sexualizing the children. Oh, you've been doing you let them see boobies." Because I have power over what you do with your life. I can just go in and say, no, naughty. That's a bold boom. And second, it would attract people who you'd probably not want in your life, and that one is kind of true. So
now, if you click on that link I just put in general chat, karma will hit you.
Karma will hit you if you... Oh my god, it's like if a beach ball gained sentience and got some really trashy tattoos and did meth for about 6 months. Oh, people want to fuck that? No, the girl next to her, living room, bedroom, whole wall, that's alright. I mean, again, never liked fake boobs. Never liked fake boobs. Now, the third one down the line, she is nice. I would like to meet her at an awkward bar. And number 4... yeah, I suppose. Number 5, I mean, she knows what she's doing. Yeah, number 6, number 7, and so on. But number 1, ugh. Anyway, if you're not going to put the filters back on, I do believe I owed Evan the rest of his playlist, so we are... By the way, I'm very aware the music is a bit louder than is comfortable, but for the record, it's only like one more song after this. The whole album is like 45 minutes long. So after this song,
since my birth to become the first king of the planet.
Saying that,
I got a plan to save the world. You understand it? I'm here to show what the fuck I really do, because I am the king of heaven. I'm the one and only true king of heaven. My name is Heaven.
Lunatic.
Motherfucking king of heaven. My motherfucking name is Heaven.
I don't give a shit what you do. Okay? You're that sad that anything you're going to do to me is just going to make you look like a sack of shit. So... But everything that you're going to do to me will be recorded. Everything. So...
I'm the king of yo eternal afterlife. Yes, I am the father of Jesus Christ.
This is a good metaphor right here.
Eternity.
Look at your grim face. And look at the fact you still can't move.
Joy and bliss. And you know
the real question is, why the fuck don't you grow up and move on?
Christ. It's about this or that. I don't believe in the word sin. I'm gonna tell you right now, where do I begin? To tell you the truth of reality. All the old religions that try to frame me and brainwash you to think what I think is good, but you need to shrink if you believe in the motherfucking Bible. Whatever it says, I'm not right. Cause that's not my true work. Because what's in the Bible is just too absurd. To ever think that I would really say that shit, you must be a brainwashed son of a bitch. No, sorry that I have to be so harsh. I'm gonna shine my light into the dark and alleviate you with my holy spark, so you can see that I ain't no lard. I'm the motherfucking one true king. Heaven on earth is what I came to bring. And I'm the motherfucking king in the kingdom of heaven. And my motherfucking name is Heaven the Favor. Heaven the Favor. Heaven the Favor. Heaven the Favor.
Shout out to Debbie Cakes.
Don't you see the world,
the Queen of Heaven. And Evan might hate my guts for saying this, but I think she actually has a little bit better of a singing voice.
The King of Heaven.
Okay, mate. This is the shit that drives people away.
Messiah, when I get up on the microphone, I'm never
Some good old-fashioned Oblivion shit.
I'm a heaven supplier, and I'ma tell you right now that the situation's dire on the planet Earth. Life is like a curse, but I'm gonna take all that shit and put it in reverse. Because I came to bring heaven on earth. That's just how I sing. Yeah, don't you know that I'm really nice? Even though everyone's gonna call me the motherfucking Antichrist. But I'm still gonna be king of planet Earth, cause heaven on earth is what
I like how he sampled the Oblivion
and you're ready, willing, and able, because I'm telling you now,
soundtrack
I'm not
for this
a
part.
fable. Heavenly favor really exists, and I think all these other religions are bullshit that try to
If I could, I would definitely play the Oblivion
it's time to
soundtrack,
take
but
your holy books and throw that shit away.
copyright free? The answer is no.
Cause I'm your friend forever.
I'd have to actually play the game itself.
And I'm the E to
Which
the
I think I've done enough on this
LSE.
channel now at this point. I think we can all agree.
Ooh-wee. I know you're sick of slaving away every day for some measly pay, when you could have me be your king. Cause heaven on earth is what I came here to bring. That's why I sing. Ooh-wee. You know how we do, cause you know what I fucking say is true. Hootie-hoo, oh yeah. So yeah, yo, believe in Evan, cause he's the true one, true king of heaven. Yeah, I am Evan. I am the king of heaven. Yeah. I'm the leader of the Illuminati. I send a shiver down your motherfucking body. I send a shiver down. I send a shiver down your motherfucking
Again, check out the description for Evan Lefebvre links, or just the link. In all fairness, when I'm done with this stream, I should edit it to include his Bandcamp, which is actually Sync's, or Cynic's. I always call him Sync, but it's Cynic. And that's it, by the way. Like I said, his albums are short, but definitely sweet. So, boom. You want to hop back on, or should I open up another shit? This one will just be one of those standard copyright-free stuff. In the meantime, we shall enjoy the beauty that is silence. And I do apologize for the lunatic raid. Anyone who watches this in the future, that is not what driving a truck while drunk is about. After all, if you saw someone like that, you'd just keep on driving. Keep on driving. Don't need that shit in your life. Let him overdose on meth 20 years from now. Let him be used like a fucking sieve. Have you seen Boondock Saints? Oh, hello there, Rose. And the answer is, of course I have. You just missed Evan's 111 album, by the way. Like, he just, like, maybe 5 minutes prior. I've seen Boondock Saints, and I've seen The Boondocks. Boondock Saints is a great example of how the Irish-American community looks at itself, when in reality, mate, it's an 8-hour flight, okay? The days when you have developed your own culture are long since dead. Beyond that, William Dafoe and drag is just always a good thing. Is it William Dafoe? Yeah, it's William Dafoe, isn't it? Alright, mate. No worries. I will log out of I'll log out of Discord and start up. Actually, I will put in the link down here, down below, paste, assuming I can do this. Yep. There. That's the album I just listened to. Evan, he is a fucking god. He is 111. Now, would you consider it St. Patrick's movie part of the movie? Oh, absolutely. 110% I'd recommend that as a... because other Irish films are much more gritty, like, say, Wind That Shakes the Barley, Michael Collins, Angela's Ashes, The Magdalene Sisters, but there's an... yeah, the Irish film is... would definitely include the Boondocks. I would highly recommend watching the Boondock Saints, especially if you're in America, because that is an Irish culture. That is not Irish culture. That is Irish American culture. It's its own creature with its own tastes and likes and dislikes and hopes and dreams that tons of people will point at and go, yeah, when in reality that's like kind of supporting the Bloods and the Cribs, you know. I've actually met people from that world. I've met people from Chicago and Detroit and Boston in particular, and Philly even. I've been in Philly and met with people who lived that life, and it's not the same things that a bunch of scumbags from Dublin would want. And I call them scumbags because that's what we call them. We don't idolize our thugs. Saying that, we idolize them more than we do the fucking priesthood, that's for sure. Oh, and by the way, I find it hilarious that we can rejoin the server under a mysterious account, which shall we say the same, by the way, cool truck. Anyway, until we meet again. Right, until we meet again, that's the third time now, man. Rose, you're not a mod, are you? Yeah, Rose, if you could do us a solid, see Lunatic Outlaw Gamer, could you block him, report him, do whatever, because I've been... there, hide user on this channel. There we go. Yes. Yes, anytime you see Lunatic in any form or function, he, you know the drama. You know the drama. You know exactly why. He came back as his, daughter, by the way. At some point. And now apparently he's infiltrated our Discord. Oh no! Our Discord has been infiltrated. It's such a vibrant community. Just think of all the shit he can do to it. Motherfucker, I've already reported you, by the way. There. I don't know what they'll do with that report, but... Chaos contacted me and said that, he was kind of acting all tismy and spazzy. I checked on the Discord, and sure enough, he was. He was. So I activated the not the ban hammer, the sort of hopefully he'd learned his lesson hammer, which consists of me going like, dude, just take a breather for a bit. And as I wrote it, I knew exactly what he'd type. In fact, I should have rewarded myself with, like, extra food and drink every single word that he said that I would have had on a bingo list. Oh, of course, yeah. He's going to say shit like, you know, if you guys think that I'm acting like a drama queen, okay, whatever. But, point is, he acted like a spaz on the Discord, and no one wanted that, no one needed that, and no one liked it. Then, when we told him that, he had a little hissy fit, and when I told him that this is nothing personal, just take some time off, Okay. Well then, Rose, you look for Lunatic, or you look for Brennan. Now, he's listening still right now, for the record. You need to maybe look over earlier YouTube videos if you really want to spot how he speaks. He apparently has also infiltrated us, which, okay. There's nothing he can say or do. I mean, all you need to do is just look at Lunatic's channel, and you'll find the spazziest, Brenna Han. So, B-R-E-N Han. He came in as his daughter at one point, and yet he's like, what, 19? He does fucking TikToks, for Christ's sake. His daughter's like, you shouldn't have said bad things about my dad. And then I'm like, yeah, well, interesting how he never mentioned you. And he's like, of course he mentioned me. How would you know that? Did he come home from work in the mines every single day and take off his boots and go, let me tell you about low energy videos? Like, no one does that. No one does that. What he told me was that he was expecting soon. Which I kind of reminded him not to be a child when he's about to become an adult, whether he likes it or not. I don't know, he's one of those little spazzes that can't take criticism of any sort. Even constructive and even helpful criticism. So he's started to have a vendetta on the stream. Ah, thank you. I can fix that. I can... There we are. You see, I've got headphones on, so I honestly... There's only so much feedback I can get. But when people tell me this, I can change it, because this is how we learn. You see, that was criticism right there. Constructive criticism that I took, and I'm like, oh, well, fair enough. But yeah, he's a little spaz who probably was diddled by Uncle Bad Touch at some point. So, you know, feel sorry for him more than anything. But still, when you see him, fucking destroy him. Yeah, I hope that actually happened. I really do. I really hope that happened. If this girl is real, in which case, wow, was he 9 when he impregnated you? Because, hell, well, when he got your mother impregnated, because I can imagine rape was involved, but I am Uncle Bad Touch. You're damn right you are, man, and don't you let anyone, not the courts, not your family, not your numerous exes who found out your what they call horrible, you can call liberating history. You are Uncle Bad Touch, and you stand on the fucking mountain of very quiet, shy children who sit in the corner, and they finger paint horrible, horrible things. Anyway, I keep looking for the ban. I've seen removed from chat. I forget how quietly you banned somebody. I can do it right now if you can give me a bit of a guide. I've done it before. So I know there is a ban. Hold on. Yeah, we might as well resolve it right now. I mean, the last thing we need is fucking drama. Because I keep report remove. Yeah, he's been removed already. Put user in timeout. Unhide user on this channel. How do you someone from YouTube? Log into YouTube account. Go to the profile, offending person by his awareness period. Click about, hit flag, select block. Okay, I can do that right now. No, sorry there, Rose. Your uncle bad, Church. I'm sorry. Hit the flag icon. That's weird. Right, done. Is that a joke? Like, is that a genuine joke? Because if it is a joke, then well, here we go. No, let's see what was coming on screen. He gave us a new message. Wait a minute, Rose, is that why you were, It is, isn't it? You know, when I first joined, the chat vanished from me for a second. I don't know. Well, good thing you can always go back a few seconds and see. Have a look back and come back here. The thing is, though, the weird thing is, Joshua Atkins with Hidden Robot. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I suppose that would constitute as spamming, wouldn't it? I can get them done for spamming. I mean, you could also argue threats. I mean, I could go the whole limp dick pussy angle if I want to, but yeah. Point is, he probably will just start some sort of sock account if he hasn't already done it already. Fact is, he probably doesn't know how to wipe his own arse, so as a result, I don't have any fears of him doing anything serious. The real question is, he will annoy and spam, and if he spams, no. That's odd, because I mean, I didn't get a choice when I did the mods. I just, you know, was said, hey, you can now use mods, which comes with every single person when they first start shit up. No. Puddles, I've talked to Puddles, and I've talked to Lunatic. Lunatic is a tweaker. I don't think he's a literal tweaker, but he's that sort of attitude. Puddles just needs a fucking hug. You know, like, and he'd be like, that's gay! And then he starts hitting you. Then after a while he starts grabbing you, going like, I don't like who I am. I don't want to be who I am. I know they're Puddles. I know. It's okay. It's alright. We'll get through this. You have friends. It's alright. But gay bra? Yeah, gay bra. Meanwhile, Lunatic is this type of person who would answer every question by headbutting a wall. And then creating 27.5 quintillion socks accounts. And then be shocked how each and every one of them gets blocked. But my ruse was so well put together. He's a spaz. He's a proper spaz. He's probably going to end his life being a ditch for cum by adult men. And better, Pickles and Puddles are professional. This guy's clearly amateur. Of course he is! I mean, he's shocked when people call out his bullshit. This is not what I want to fucking focus on, though. That's the key thing. So, instead, I will say, Rose, how are you? How are you keeping? You well? You're good? I hope you're good. It's a lot better than being the alternative. We've now gone from wine to vodka, by the way. I have tons of food, but... Nothing says Chinese like cold Chinese. I have a microwave in there, but fuck it. I have shit to do. Like apparently dealing with underage spazzes from the US. What is it with Americans and obsessing over Cadbury's cream eggs? They're just there to us. They're another candy. There's nothing else going on. For us, it's just another sweet thing you can eat. For you guys, it's an entire, I wouldn't call it way of life, but it's definitely a, it's definitely something, you know, you'd gather once a year to celebrate. They've got a few spin-offs because Easter's coming up right now. Egg and Spoon, where it's hard chocolate around it, and then on the inside you've got the mousse, the chocolate mousse, and you get this tiny little spoon about maybe this big. And it is craziest Easter I ever had. I got 2 eggs. One, an Easter egg that was full of wine gums. Not wine gums, fruit pastilles. Oh my god, fruit pastilles. So the chocolate was fine. I didn't care. I actually gave the chocolate to my mother, the woman who bought the damn thing. And I just had all the wine gums to myself. And the other one was a completely huge, about this big, Cadbury's egg. Wow, if you want to get yeast to start a brewing company, then or if you're starting a mushroom farm, that's a very good way to start. But yeah, the other one was huge, And I thought I'd cut open the top and like this goo would still fall out. No, what was inside was a bunch of mini eggs that were glorious. Here in the UK and Ireland, there's two types of eggs. There's the pure chocolate eggs, which are hard as rock. You've got this sort of glazed, chocolatey, sprinkly thing on top of it, or like pure milk chocolate in between. And then you've got the one that every American won't shut up about, and that's the Cadbury's cream egg. Oh, and then we have Kinder, but that's not Cadbury's. And here's Wild Bill, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about America. As always, the liberals are here to circumvent our American democracy. Now, I don't know about you, but the good Lord did not put America on the map for it to be turned into a communist state. Here's Cortez talking about things like climate change, gun rights, medical care, LGBTQ plus ideals. And don't forget, if you want to see a socialist state, just go up to Canada, where I was blocked. God bless America, and vote Donald Trump. Well, hope. Oh, that man needs to get into an alteration where he pulls a gun out. Like, he pulls out his revolver. I was like, yeah, you see, this is why we need guns. And every single person around him points a gun around him, and he just drops his gun. And none of those guns are armed. No one needs to die, but still. Low energy. Oh, muting and banning, I see. I can just see another account. Like I said, I've got all day. Bitch boy, bow down to your master, bitch. Admit it. I'm better than you! Rose, if you please. You wanted to feel the burn, or you wanted other people to feel the burn. Now you have a target. I wonder how many accounts he has. My number's on 40. Go on. Link them all to the 1 or 2 accounts you have. Burn all those bridges. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, I've got cars to deliver. Actually, before that, I've got to take a piss. Rose, please execute Order 69. Micro. Oh my god, somebody's dad works in this place. I mean, used car salesmen are awkward as fuck. Could you imagine in Las Vegas, used car salesman? I can actually. I know exactly who would own this place. It's Eddie from Ed and Eddie's dad, because he was a used car salesman. Yeah. Yo, dog, I heard you like sleaze. There else is the events of GTA 5. Las Vegas, drive carefully. Oh, of course, of course. Let me just have my vodka and coke right here. Oh, baby. I blame society, but also society. Hold on, hold on. They spent a fortune on the cab inside, but they went with this color. It looks like a 4-year-old made this truck. This is what truck look like. Some nice cars, though. Well, the bottom ones are alright. The top ones are a bit. So anyway, this will be the first of 2 streams. The next one I'm going to do is Borderlands. I will be more or less starting that as soon as I finish this, give or take half an hour. Oh my god, that is... Oh my god, what time? What time? What's the time for this? This is, 82 minutes. Okay, 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 I need to actually go back and just read that. Oh my god! I can see why people like Mr. Medicure do their thing after today. Oh my god. You're not going to give up, are you? All I wanted was an apology, but your pride is your downfall. And he put it in caps, by the way. Pride! This is your final offer. Apologize for what you said and we'll let this stop or you'll go. Your choice. I'm gonna go to bed after the stream. Sorry if Joshua shows up there. Dude. I can't even argue. I can't even claim that it's like my cross to bear. It's more my fascination. I mean, you know what he is right now? He is the grease on this chicken ball. But when Spaz talks online, like, he's just a Spaz. That's all he is. I mean, everything he says, everything he does, is just pure Spaz. And the fact is that he has nothing else in his life, which is sad. But here's the key thing. This is the key thing that's important. He doesn't realize why people don't like him. You know, a part of me wants to throttle him, and a part of me just wants to hug him. And they're about 50-50. And I don't think he could do anything shy of, I don't know, supporting a pedophile that would change that 50-50. In fact, if anything, I think the throttling will become weaker and weaker and the hugging will become more and more. I mean, look at the numbers I get on an average stream. Even a big stream where I get, like, where I'm driving Euro Truck and shit like that, right? Which is my biggest thing. It's the thing people show up for. I'm not 100% sure why, but that's what people want. So, okay, cool. Like, he is my troll. Look at the state of my channel. Look at who I am on YouTube. I'm not PewDiePie. I'm not even TJ. I'm not even fucking Pagan Situation, which is not to insult Pagan, but I mean by pure numbers. Yeah, he'd actually have to go that far before I'd actually start hating him more than just feeling sorry for him. That's how far he'd have to go. Although, he's definitely sexualizing himself, and yet he's not 18 yet. Fascinating. But, no, I don't need this shit in my life. I don't think he'd understand this because he's so young, but he's a little child, basically. He's a child that can produce other children at this point in his life, and he's not quite sure what to do with that emotional and biological problem. But he is not worth my time, but he's desperate to make himself feel like he's worth my time. Maybe maybe he does. He is, as far as I can tell, he's bisexual. I think he's a bit broken, personally. I think maybe someone did something horrible to him at some point. But that's just my opinion. It's not exactly true. He is, however, I think he latched on to me emotionally. And then when I reminded him that we live in adult land where adult people do adult things, and what he was doing was childish, and that's nearly no-no, and maybe calm down and take a breather, he kind of just went off on a tangent. But he forgot what this this channel is called, Low Energy Videos. In particular, Low Energy Rambles. I can't find it in my heart to give a shit about him, because I have bigger things to worry about, like the cobwebs in the corner of my room right now, which have been mocking me for months, and yeah, I'm just there like staring at them going, huh, maybe I should get rid of them at some point before the new spiders come in. I don't do it. That has more of an impact than anything he could do. And that pisses him off because he thought he was special. Clingy is a good word. Clingy is a good word to describe this man. He kind of latched on. Not so much latched on in the way, say, a baby monkey will latch on to its mother, but more like, say, a barnacle will latch on to a ship. Here we are. Round 2. So I get that you're not going to apologize. It's just 2 words. Say, I'll stop. Apologize what you said. Owen Rose, I don't like him. He's shit on the bottom. He's a shit on the bottom of my boot. Well, it's strange. Last time I had shit on my boot, I cleaned it off and moved on with my day. Here you are. Everything is in your power, mate. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can block you. And I can ban you, and you'll never be able to have your account the way it is before or again. Because like I said, everything is being recorded. I would have F5, I do believe. Here's crash number 1, by the way. Normally this is the biggest thing of the night. But yeah, he has nothing. So I don't recommend yeah. I mean, there's nothing he can do, and there's nothing that he has that I want. And I think that one in particular hurts him a lot. So the real question is there, Josh, why do you care? Why do you care to the point where no one has any sympathy for you? They see you as just... They're the equivalent of a fly buzzing around a pile of shit. I'm the pile of shit, you are the fly. The pile of shit is the what grabs the eye, but no one gives a shit about the fly. But if the fly comes up to your eye and they start banging into you, well, that's the fly's fault then for, you know, poking a creature that can just go... And, also, apologize. I told you to take a breather, you took offense to that. I told you to back off, you took offense to that. I told you to not get so attached to someone who is more or less a complete stranger to you, that you met and you grew bizarrely attached to, and you took offense to that. So everything is your problem. It's your failure, not my problem, basically. It's a failure of yourself. You are a failure. Now, what you do with that information, I've actually, what am I saying? I've already had this conversation with him before. Instead, at this point, one hand is typing and the other hand is in between his legs, or around his own neck. I can imagine he's into that shit. YouTube requires an upload, a proof in each stream of how someone was either harassing you or spamming you or whatever. But they need a video. Well, this is the video. So once it's done, it's uploaded, I will proceed to I'll proceed to point out this video. I'll even give them a timestamp when you started showing up. And if they want any more explanation, there you go. Point is, this is a good song for this song. For this. Rosa, you talked to him when he was a mod. Lunatic was, I'd say maybe 5 weeks ago at this point now. He was a proper mod. But yeah, there was always something a little bit off about him. And he was good learning experience for me. I learned that I was trying out mod. Yeah, you've talked to him at least once. I've been in chat with him. I'm trying to think when. Probably one of these streams, the Wasted Wednesdays, something like that. Something that would draw you. Think back to a few times to. I think he used to hit on Chaos Gamer a lot. Usually, these games attract them. The American Trucker Simulator. But yeah. One day on Discord, Chaos Gamer came to me and was like, hey, he's kind of losing his fucking shit. And I was like, oh, well, this was bound to happen. I'd already regretted giving him a wrench. Now, in all fairness, he was just the first of many people who I gave wrenches to that I ended up taking away because I didn't need them and I was just handing them out like candy. No. Then again, the timing would be different. I mean, let's think. You know Chaos, of course, but have you met Stink yet? Another mod. Have you met? I'm sure you know J-Darky. J-Darky. He's a mod. Yes. I feel sorry for him. There's something clearly wrong with him. But if he wants to keep on spamming my chat, he's going to find himself without a YouTube channel. In fact, he's already finding himself without that particular YouTube channel. It's going to get, at the very least, he won't be able to come here anymore. Which is good, because I was worried about the, I was more worried about the Dutch guy than I was more worried about him. Alright, you've never met Stink. He's from the UK. He's a newspaperman. Drops off stuff. He likes the trucking sim. Yeah, I have, let's see, mods wise, I've got J, you, Stink, Chaos, and there's someone else. It was Lunatic, it was Joshua, but now it's... Oh god, one huge sign that I made a massive mistake when I gave him the modding tool, or even just responded to him, was early on. He told me about how his mother stumbled in on him sucking cock. And the way he said it wasn't done up as a troll. Count as a mod? I count as a mod. I count as the over mod, but I don't count that as a mod. You know. Yeah, his mother comes in on him sucking cock, and he wanted to like describe it. He also said like, "Oh, I'm getting a hand job from this girl right now," literally as like I'm doing something like this, and I'm just there like, dude. I don't believe you, but if what you are saying is true, don't put that online. Don't put that online. Don't share that shit with other people if it's all the same to you, because for starters, we might not need to know it, and two, moments like this, where you look like an absolute fucking idiot, because you're either lying, which I believe he was lying, because... I've gotten blowjobs before. You don't type while you're getting a fucking blowjob. You're looking at the fucking blowjob. You're feeling the blowjob. You're trying to hold back the urge to just kind of like go with the flow, and then faster and faster. And oh, there it is. Now she's gonna think that it only lasts 5 seconds in bed. 14-year-old logic. Yeah. Here we are. Just apologize. Here we are. Here's a new one. Just apologize, and I'll apologize, and we'll move on like nothing never happened, and I will never step foot in your channel again. That's a bit overreacting. I admit it's overreacting, but you're talking shit, so was also wrong. No. I have all the power here, and you have nothing. Nothing. Enjoy the next few minutes as you set up your next account. Go away, little boy. I don't have anything to do with you, want or need. I know, right? I was thinking in the back of my mind, he's looking at me while she's sucking him, isn't it? Or handing him. Handing him. I actually just love the idea of him getting blocked, him getting banned, and then setting up a whole new account. Going through the entire motions all over again. And that's what's taken him so long in each and every iteration. You did block him, by the way, right? When I first started this shit, I knew I would attract weirdos. But, I mean, there's weirdos like, say, Chaos Gamer, or Evan, or Jay, or Anne Sylvan, or James, for that matter. Sylvian, I'm sorry, Sylvian. Which, by the way, just means wood, so... or tree. I knew I would attract in weirdos, but I also knew I would attract in trolls who would get a little bit too attached and backed off, because that's what happens in my life. Well, that's all good. So he's going to rage for a bit and then start up a new channel and then come here. And if not, he'll prove me wrong. Say nothing ever again. Not you, Rosa. You can say whatever the fuck you want. In fact, I'd really like to talk about more or less anything else under the sun. Like how, for example, Evan is fucking awesome for giving me permission and a free copy of his new album to play on this. Which I'm a little bit annoyed on your part. You missed out, not you. You missed out on Cynics 11. Yep. Oh God, dude. I will bet you £5 right now. It's something along those lines. And he's watching this still. I mean, look at that number count down the corner. For once, I believe it. Right now, he's watching that, and he's already thinking about how to write that in where I will owe you £5. Like, I imagine he thinks he's being different and unique and special. Like, we haven't seen this a trillion times. He is proof of the Spurg logic online. Well, you'll find his link down below, but it's not an actual link. Vodka. That one was particularly harsh. But yeah, Evan's cool as fuck. Did you see the his new premiere? I missed that because I literally was starting up my stream when it was premiering. I didn't have a chance to see it. Oh. Oh, Rose, were you one of the people who said they were big into Stellaris? I've seen you on his streams before. Oh, you were on the last premiere. Weren't you? That was you. I know Chaos is fanatically into Evan. One of the people who said what now? Oh. Are you one of the people who said that they're big into Stellaris, the video game? From Paradox. Because I bought that a few days ago and oh my fucking Christ, it is glorious. Just watching that map swell up. Hey, what truck is that? Let's go. Hello, good sir. The truck is I think a Peterbilt of some kind. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's my personal truck. I'm thinking of. It could actually be. It could actually be. Let's. You go to F5, or don't you? F5 or F6? F8? No. I think it's a Peterbilt. It's just a generic truck. My truck looks, is the same make, but I've modified the living shit out of it. So. The spaceship game might have seen Paul play it, but I haven't myself. I think Paul. No, that's Elite Dangerous. That's Elite Dangerous. Yeah, that's Euro truck. That's American truck, but with lasers and spaceships. Which, before you say that's more interesting, only when you're not actually trucking is it interesting. I mean, to be a trader in Elite Dangerous is more boring than this, because at least you've got like geographical locations and other traffic. The only interesting thing about that is getting jumped by pirates or getting trying to land, and I always buy the landing docking computer because I'm usually too drunk when I'm playing. No. Alright, fair enough there, Rose. Fair enough. I thought, for some reason, I thought you were one of the people who played it. Or am I thinking of... Are you the one who said that you wanted to play Fortnite with me? Or was that Stink? Do it secretly. I want to actually not be a trucker, but I want to wander around the world. Whatever means, I just want to go from place to place, and if I get paid in the process, even better. I play games like Euro Truck and Farming Sim because, I don't know, it's sort of a very pleasant idea of putting something in and then getting something out that will result in a reward. Alright, well, Jesus, I must have been thinking of Stink then. Damn. You should be a pirate. You should be a truck pirate. Well, technically I am. I'm just, well, I'm not a truck pirate, but I'm definitely a truck, I'm definitely a truck overlord. I mean, observe this traffic coming up here, right? Now, you've seen throughout this entire stream, without me even thinking, just the sheer amount of damage I'm doing to the traffic around me. There we are. Because it makes sense. I am the dominant force of this universe, and I've got all the rules turned off, so... Travel around the world, why not be a pilot and travel globally, and paychecks are amazing. Yeah, oh wow. This motherfucker does not want to quit. Alright, good sir. Chevy Chase must be driving this. Hey kids, you seeing all this plight? I would absolutely love being, well, I am from the, I am an airport kid. I was raised, in the airport. So it's, it definitely does jade me, but no, what I really would love to do right now is sell my home and just wander off someplace with a camera and just film my journeys as I travel around the world. Oh, I wonder what that is. I'm not even being facetious, I am curious. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Rose, get ready. Get ready, Rose. Well, why do you think somebody hasn't turned to drink? I mean, a lot of them show up absolutely shit-faced because they don't have their own personal life. I actually hear pilots are one of the biggest users of prostitutes worldwide because, you know, short, sweet, in, out, gone. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about there, Rose, you know. All alert is staring down this motherfucker. Here's the big reveal. I'm sorry in advance if you really are just like a newbie. It's just we've been dealing with a troll over the past while. In fact, I wouldn't even call him a troll. I'd call him just very sad. Most trolls are. Okay, you win. I'm sorry, overreacting. You're really bad. I was really immature for that. I apologize. We'll leave you alone. That's what you wish. I just know how I feel about it. So situation. Well, if that is true, then do not come back. Do something else. It's a big internet. It's a big world. But that's not like permission for you to come back 5 or 10 years down the line. Just fuck off. Do your own thing. Do your own life. You've been doing it now for nearly 20 years. You'll be alright. But we don't need you. We don't want you. We don't like you. Go away. Please. We don't need this shit in our lives. We're old enough to fucking not need this shit in our lives. You'll understand when you're older. Ain't enough time in the day for this shit. Even for me, and I've got nothing else to do. Man, now fuck off. Jesus Christ. I hope. Yeah, just be on the safe side. I don't trust him. He hasn't earned her. He's lost all the trust that he got. So. What he does with that information should be to walk away again. It doesn't stand. Just walk, go. Christ. This is going to be a library of his most embarrassing shit. 5 or 10 years down the line, someone could hold this over his head. Not me. I won't give a shit. I'll be living my life. I'll be vaguely aware of some dickweed who fucking made things way too personal. Can we at least watch live streams? Just not talk. No! Oh wait, can I at least... Yes, don't get me wrong. I can't stop you from doing that. But just... leave me the fuck alone. Shut up. No one cares. Sort out your own bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, no, I don't need that shit in my life. No one does. I mean, imagine the people who are like, not huge, not like PewDiePie level, but I'm talking about mid-tier. They have to deal with really in-depth ones. The King Part says, when you walk away, you don't hear me. Yes! I'll tell you, I've seen pub fights diffused until somebody was walking away and someone muttered something under their breath and then, it's right back. It's the same fucking logic. Just fuck off, you know? Yeah, it's usually a declaration that you've done something wrong. Spend the rest of the night figuring out what that is. Don't come back with me with your fucking findings. Come back to yourself with the findings. Move on. And you know what else? You're more than free to watch me. I can't stop you there. All you'd have to do is sign out of a YouTube account. I've watched videos off a YouTube account before. These might be geared towards more adults, but YouTube doesn't give a shit in that regard. I don't need that shit in my life. No one does. Anyway. No! 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 As Alison Pregler would say. No! I'm literally there! See, how do you... This is how you decouple, isn't it? Right. Okay. No, I'm not gonna keep this motherfucker down. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe I have the power of the Lord, and I've just trapped myself. Oh yeah. I make everything worse. Go to the top of the mountain and meditate. Look deeper into yourself and evaluate your character. When you have figured yourself out, don't come back here for your life. Yes! Exactly. Fucking exactly. You don't need to inform us on every fucking thing that happens in your life. I mean, I have a life when I turn the camera off. Sometimes I tell you guys, sometimes I don't. I don't tell you the hours, days, and weeks of what I do. Unless I do, because it's something I might want to share. But in this case, there's nothing you can share, there's nothing you can add, there's nothing you can take away either. All we do a single fuck about. Oh, that is just embarrassing. Clean, large rooms, cable TV, and phone. Anyone who needs all those things in this day and age, you might be a trucker. Though, like most truckers, they don't actually use that shit. Like, one guy who loves these streams, Retard, he was an actual trucker, and he told me that sure, you could crash into a motel if you wanted to, but most people had the sleeper cabins installed in the back for a reason. Then bring along PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s and go live, you know. I'm not in here like, hey, low energy, I got exactly 6 hours of sleep last night, my balls itch 10 times and I clipped my toenails. Exactly. Nor is it our job to tell you these things. We are adult males. You need to... I'm an Aspie. I have Asperger's, so I am not good at social cues, but even I figured this shit out on my own. Anyway, enough on that. Otherwise we're just beating a dead horse. He knows, hopefully he knows. If not, it's even sadder than we thought. But, after this, I'm going to do one more trip, and that will be the stream. I don't know how long this trip will be. I'd like to go to some place I haven't been to before, but in reality, it's just going to say, you've discovered such and such. It won't be anything interesting. At least, I don't think I've ignored the big cities. I think I've gotten all the big cities and all the mid-towns as well. Not the big towns though, because if it was the big towns, I'd be running them over constantly. Fuck you, motherfuckers! Boop, boop. Yeah, we've gone past you. We've actually gone past you twice, Mr. State Trooper. I do apologise for lack of gaming last night. It's just wasted Wednesdays. I was like, hey, there's no... That's crash number 3. What the fuck did I say? What the fuck did I say? 3. I blame society. I blame society. But first, just know that you were standing in front of me right now. I swear I'd slit your throat and watch you bleed out. So the purge was ever happen. Wow. Rose, I don't think I even need to tell you at this point. He is. And yet he still doesn't understand why he's in this situation. And that's the saddest thing of all. I learned my lesson. And I was hoping he kind of did too. For God's sake. Well, you know what? You know what we need to do? We need to ignore him. Every time we see something from him, we just need to not respond. He'd be someone's bitch. He'd be the guy he works with, assuming he even has a job. He'd be someone's bitch boy. And it would probably for shit like this. You know? They'd be like, you won't shut the fuck up, will you? And then he clubs him over the back of the head with a frozen bottle of milk or some shit like that. I mean, if the purge happened, I'd probably be one of those people who would have spent my years, instead of traveling, I would have been building up my stockpile and hire people who would just be there to slaughter. Oh, yeah, always. Don't give them an inch. He's had his inches. He's had more than his inches. He's had his meters. He's had his half miles. Don't give him his miles. Now don't get me wrong, there'll be people who pop in that, you know, you've got to judge them by what they say. Basically, I hate to say this, Rose, but you gotta be a bit of a mod tonight. I'm sorry about that. But you were the one who asked for the mod role. Well, tonight you've got to be a bit of an authoritarian. Something I'm not cool about, but this motherfucker's making it all the more... Okay. Yep. You know, I was thinking of saying something, but that would just feed the fire at this point. Yeah, we have to kind of just ignore the motherfucker. Block him, but don't respond. Well, that sucks, but you gotta do your own life. This is not as important. Some motherfucker like him will never understand. And of course, this is his life, in which case... Jesus. Take that in. You ever want to see an example of a sad person? Next time you're feeling bad. No, we always joke around, at least I'm not Brett Keane. At least you're not Josh. At least you're not Josh. Yeah. Even that makes me feel a bit awkward, because there can be this random stranger who walks in and goes like, hey, what game are you playing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh well, you know, whatever. Then boom, he gets banned and he'll always be turned off, and I will feel like a piece of shit. But that's why no one likes trolls. No one needs trolls. What if he is Brett? Oh, unfortunately, he's not Brett. If you actually went to his channel, he's done a lot of embarrassing shit. Like a lot of embarrassing shit. Like I said, he's big into TikToks, and that alone. He also has he's pure twink. Now he could be a relative of Brett. If he was a relative of Brett, ooh. Hey, I know this song. This is the music from I think Final Fantasy 9. I have to start getting into the Final Fantasy games again. Before you were like, oh, you'll love it. Oh, I know, I love it. I loved 7 through, well, up to 10 to a degree, but 8 was a slog. Mechanic for magic was just atrocious. But 12 was great. And 15, oh god, who the hell thought that would be a good game? I know I didn't. Of course I did! Go into the comment section of the video where he gets shocked and you'll see me. And at this point I'd be the guy in the Colosseum who'd be getting off his chair, spitting food and wine out of his mouth, going, "Kill him! Kill him!" Joe, I love how Joe is so aware that I hate the motherfucker so much. Yeah, I think it feeds him to a degree. He feeds on hate. Like trolls like Josh and the other guy, yeah, they'll never understand that level of hate. Oh, but most people like him in little bits. Fuck off there, Ben. Most people like him in little bits. If you ever seen George Lucas's early film, THX 1138, he there's a channel as he's flipping through the networks. It's just these 2 police officers beating the living shit out of this black guy. Replace the black guy with Joe, and I would subscribe to that the same way I subscribe to Netflix. Yeah, I was there on his live stream when he was just the burn stream, which I noticed in the next DP he didn't mention. And I noticed no one in the chat did either. But I noticed Alicia was just, she was in a bad place. Exactly, to me, Joe is like the colour pink. He can be funny, but a little bit of him goes a long way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, imagine walking into a room full of, just a completely empty room full of hot pink, and then being asked to describe it. But yeah, Ben, clearly there's something going on with Ben right now. I think he either got dumped, or just the idea of DP falling apart, and it might be his fault, which I don't consider it to be his fault, but he probably didn't help the situation, you know. But he clearly wasn't in a good mood. Of course, it could be something else. He could have gotten a call from his doctor. He could have lost someone close to him. You know, something serious. Like, anything could have happened. He just didn't want to talk about it, so people can make their make their own assumptions, including me. I'm part of that. But Ben was. I know Alicia was a little bit worried. She was like, "Ben, stop it. Ben, no. Ben, don't do it." Like, I didn't expect him to do anything crazy on stream, but I was, for a moment I thought you were going to say, imagine going into a room filled with Joes. Could you imagine how much incestuous bum fucking would happen if you walked into... Very quickly, there could only be one Alpha Joe, and the only way they could imagine is taking all their clothes off and be like, "I'm Joe number 1! I'm Joe number 1. Oh yeah? Yeah, prove it." They start jacking off in front of each other, like, "That's nothing! I can do this!" They grab the nearest other Joe and start sucking the other Joe's dick. "Ha, he's sucking my dick. No, you're sucking my dick." And pretty soon, it's this big ball of Joe fucking. And then Billy walks in going like, "Hey Joe, do you want to see a move?" There's this pile of arms and legs like from South Park just sticking out. everywhere. And Billy just goes, "Oh, Joe," and then the credits roll, and there's a laugh track, and then Joe gets shot by the National Guard. That's the end of Joe. Cause fuck Joe. Fuck Joe. Fuck Joe. No one likes you, Joe. You know what? I'm finding it harder and harder to hate Joe the same way I used to. Rather, it's more of a institutionalized level of hate. I'm not speculating, but on Twitter he did post some things have to do with his dog, so maybe he had something to do. I didn't lose his he didn't lose his little pupper, did he? Or maybe it found like it had cancer or something like that. The little one that he brings out sometimes. I thought he was trolling for the most part, but I could tell that there was something going on there because the mods were kind of in on it. Sawdust panels. Actually, hold on. Before I continue, let's see what I can do to upgrade my truck and myself. So garage mod. Yeah, drivers 3 out of 5. Oh, we can change that, can't we? No trucker assigned. Oh, we can change. All right, as always, we pick women, and oh wow, there's a lot of female flair going on right here. Ew. Okay, so let's see. We have a JF fan, another JF fan, a Benjamin fan, a Billy fan, one of my fans, TJ's fan, and I'm getting a bit of an SJW vibe, so I'm going to say something like Anna Sarkeesian. As always, we only hire women, so we've only got the choice of here. I wanna be or Scarlet J. Ooh. Let's have a look. Which would I like to see around the office more? Probably Scarlet J. She's got a nicer face, and she's got the whole exotic flavor. That's someone's girlfriend who made this game, by the way. Or sister, or son. And finally, the last trucker. We shall get, ooh, Madison G, which looks like actually one of my exes, to be entirely honest with you. And no one else. Okay, well, sorry there, Madison. Maybe the next place. Female only. We only support women, which is in no way sexist whatsoever. Okay, so now they want a truck. So, what truck can I give them? Let's start with the simple Kenworth. So someone vandalized a kissing statue of Me Too on the leg. I think so. It's a leaky legs. Now, in all fairness, what they should have done was they should have had their retarded girlfriend show up and spray paint JF is God on the side of it. If you want to go down that path, that's what should have happened. Yeah, I'll give him this. I wonder how many women actually end up becoming truckers. You don't expect them to be cab drivers, but there's plenty of women cab drivers. That must be a hell of a job. International. Can't afford any of these. Guess I'll give her this one. He's just got a different color scheme. Garage. And you know what happened as well? The guy who was involved in that statue, he's dead now. So, he he is absolutely like, he has no say in it. But that happened almost overnight. So someone had seen that statue for years and didn't have the balls to do anything about it. And then boom, they were like, yeah, fuck it, fuck this Me Too movement bullshit. Alternatively, it's like that actor who turned out that he staged his own racially motivated attack. Okay, so we did a quick... Did we do a quick job last time? No. So then I guess I'll just take whatever jobs are in the town. And that'll be it. Cables from here to Oregon. Nitrocellulite. What? Nitrocellulite. Oh, okay. Nitrocellulite. Wow. Those chicken balls, they got hard as rock very quickly. What's the point of it to begin with? It's a metaphor of bullshit. So many people have been online for so long, they think that's the real world. It's not the real world. That outside my window is the real world. That's why I don't have time for people like Josh. That's why I don't have time for people online who live online and like would scream, I have got 30,000 subscribers, I'm important. Which, if you ever want to hear that, you go to something like VidCon, which is coming up pretty soon, by the way. April or March or April, I think. I do believe VidCon is. And they're going like, I'm important, I have a couple of thousand subscribers. Oh, fucking shit you are. Oh, I know that. No. What I'm trying to say is that the hashtag movement is a piece of shit. Like, shit got done in the civil rights movement by people just actively blocking stuff and stopping stuff. Instead, online, it's this movement where it's just, I'm gonna tweet stuff, I'm gonna retweet stuff, I'm gonna retweet stuff, and nothing changes. Poor black kids are still joining gangs and getting shot by racist cops. There is no middle ground here. Women are still treated as second-class citizens or are still a part of the Islamic faith. So I'm going to throw that out there. The point is, there is so much that people can do with this sort of power, and they don't do it. Hell, if I can reach 2 people overseas, then I have more power than a huge chunk of humanity right now. What do I do with it? Like, subscribe, maybe throw me a little bit of donation, and listen to me ramble. If at any time I say something that might convince people to do something, somewhere, at any time, I have had more impact than, believe it or not, the bulk of human history. What do people do with it? Oh, you didn't use the right pronouns. This person believes in this faith, even though this faith might be mildly anti-LGBTQ. Online is easy to ignore. Oh, I didn't quite grab that one. Online is easy to ignore. Say what you want about anarchists, but they are, at very least, aren't all talk. No, but then again, terrorists are, but they're, again, going about the wrong way. The Irish know this all too well. The IRA in the 90s decided they can get more things done by sitting down and talking. And you know what? They were absolutely right. Only recently has violence started up again. And you know what caused that? Fucking Brexit. The right responding to the left by throwing a fucking hissy fit. I mean, Sargon is shocked when neo-Nazis use him as a staging post, saying like, this man is one of our prophets, and he's like, I'm not a neo-Nazi. Of course you're not a neo-Nazi. You are baby's first Nazi. You will be the opening stages to get people to pay attention. And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually you are complicit in groups like the English Defence League and the BMP and things like that. Or UKIP. He's a proud member of UKIP. UKIP isn't racist. Oh no, is it not? Is it not? Mind telling me about that bus again that was proven to be 110% false? Brexit's going so well. Ireland, particularly where I live right now, and I mean in particular, my village is all about Brexit, because if Brexit happened, we would notice a massive decrease, a colossal decrease in traffic coming in from the north. And by the north, I mean that road right there goes up north. We are that close to the border. If we had a hard Brexit, there would not be any more trucks, there would not be any more cars. Everyone would just stop. They'd go around one route, which would be around by Dublin. But then people go online and say, oh, we voted to leave because of, you know, brown people and terrorism and Muslims. And don't get me wrong, that's a problem. That is a problem. But it wasn't the problem you made it out to be. The only thing I agreed with Brexit was the fact that Brussels dictated what Britain could and could not do in its own borders. That was a terrible idea. Never do that to someone's borders. The same what happened in Ireland. If Ireland, when we legalized abortion, if Brussels said no, you can't legalize abortion, that would be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible. Oh, by the way, music. By the way, my my stream was still paused. From the whole drama earlier, which I didn't need that shit. Neither do you there, Rose. You're a sweet boy. So what's work plan for today? Busy? Standard? Chillaxed? No one is sweet as Billy, except when Billy claims himself to be a sweet boy. You cannot claim yourself to be a sweet boy. It is a title bestowed on you by other people. For example, Boogie is a sweet boy because he's never once claimed to be a sweet boy. Work for me, are gonna... No, what is work like? You said you're off to work pretty soon, so what's your day gonna be like? Is it gonna be busy? Is it gonna be quiet? What's going on? Unless, of course, I misunderstood you earlier. You said, oh boy, I've got to work. How do you turn on the backlights? I don't remember how to do that. Well, it's pretty old the same. Pretty. Why is it so pretty? Oh wait, this counts as country music, by the way. Oh, cool. Yeah, I could do that. How old would TJ be now? He must be approaching 40. He's a good few years old. He's a couple of years older than me, so... Alright. Where's it Black? He's 34 according to Google. Oh, alright. He's not all that older than me then. I'm only 31. Ben's a few years older than him. He's like 36. I think Paul's nearly 40 now, isn't he? I think Paul will be the oldest of them all. With Scotty still being the little sweet boy. I don't know how old Billy is. I have to ask him that next time. Hush. Shame, I kind of like that Jeep that they were having. I'd love to go down... You know what I'd love to do? I would love to go down to, like, Southwest America, like... San Diego to maybe Denver. And, maybe Houston to... Portland. So... a bit bigger than this game. I'd love to just wander around a year, place to place. Billy's only 35? Is there no one left who's in their 20s? Maybe one of the girlfriends of, like... I don't know. But it's weird. Like, I think even Ryby's approaching 30 at this point. By the way, big shout out to Ryby Jenkins, who got herself a bit of bad news recently. Hope she's doing well. Oh, Rose, you don't count. I'm talking about the important people. Hey, Rosie, where are you going? I don't understand. Ooh. Gotta remember, K is the floodlights. I'm firing my laser beam. Yeah, I think so too. Chelsea, I think, is subbed to this channel. Now we've talked a few times. I'm friends with her on Facebook. Oh, it isn't her herself. She just got a bit of bad news involving someone she cares about. So, yeah, she's a bit freaked out. She's still Rabi though. She's still painting like crazy. Usually while watching King of the Hill on Rabbit with a couple of us. Honest Red is in the chat a lot for that. Speaking of, he was of course in my Heroes of Might and Magic video. I had a good time with him. He still thinks Jay talks about him all the time, but... I know, right? You're like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects it. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Whee! I think Red would love that. I think Ryby would be like, no dog. Red's got his own romantic wrinkles in time. As for Egghead, oh, I don't think he obsesses over her so much anymore, because he doesn't show up in her Rabbit anywhere, or even her Discord, anywhere near as much as he used to. You know, I actually had to tell her a few weeks ago, I'd say about 2 weeks ago, that there were actual plots at one point. You remember when she used to like take her, when she used to do like lewds, but not outright nudes? There were actual plots in motion to get her to send nudes, so she could be blackmailed to send more nudes. Oh right, cool. Never really got into I never got into Pokemon Go. I tried it for a bit. I thought it was a cool idea, and I loved the idea of people actually getting out and getting involved. It was just where I was, there wasn't really much in the way of Pokemon Go like Pokemon. The most interesting thing I got was a Growlithe once. Beyond that, it was a seas of Rattata and Pidgeys. Meanwhile, I'd follow people on like podcasts who would be going over to conventions to America from the UK, and they would intentionally go like an extra 5 miles out just so they could walk around the desert, so they could pick up what was it, a Druffalo? The buffalo Pokemon that was like really unique to North America. Meanwhile, Billy is off there doing his own shit. June and I became best friends on Pokemon Go recently. That makes two of my best friends. Cool. I like GDR. I'm on, as you've seen, I've been on her streams a few times. I'd like to actually end up being on her streams, but well, I think that's like reserved solely for her patrons. So, still, I like making her laugh. She's got a proper Canadian accent. I've listened to enough Canadians now that I can tell the difference. Like I've always met Canadians, but my first reaction is like, oh, they're an American. Oh, they're American from like Maine or Seattle. Oh, they're Canadian. Whoops. I'll never let Scotty or GDR forget how she was kind of turned on by Scotty just going into a fucking tirade. Billy, he still hasn't opened his gift. It was something I said. He hasn't? Dude, I can send him a message to remind him to open a gift. Meanwhile, in Prussia, I'd have thought Betty would be smart enough to grab the gifts all together, which for the record would be rare candies by the truckloads. Oh. Personally, I think at this point the Pokemon Go community has shrunk so low that it's become a oh fuck. It's become like a very tight-knit community. Ooh, a coal train. Need coal train. Haha. That's not a coal train. We need way more ones of those. Yeah, I don't know. I like to get a good laugh out of her. She has the same sort of laugh as Chess. Have you noticed that? I know. She doesn't say love all the time, but still. That sort of laugh, it's cute. It's cute. I think her and Casey Tron need to suffocate Ben with their boobs. I like what Casey Tron does these days as well, just showing up to random streams and just sort of trolling. Like, have you heard that Fortnite is very bad for your health? A bunch of little kids are like, fuck you, lady. Oh no, oh goodness. Oh me, oh my. Enter. I hate the fucking weighing station so much. They upset my flow, baby. You upset my flow. In Europe, you've got the toll booths, but it's the same thing. Well, fuck you. Come on. Come on. As I say, something wine. That. Can't read it. I don't think I need to tell you this, but all the money I have would go to that. But he'd find a way to come back. I don't know. Like, I think, honestly, Joe just needs to not answer Billy's calls a couple of times. And then they find him, like, there's a police report that gets back to Billy, and then they find him on the coal slab of the morgue. He basically, Joe thought it was a good idea to sniff glue after drinking some bleach, and then he thought he could stick to anything, so he jumped out the side of a building that he was in, thinking that in mid-flight he could then turn himself around and then cling to the side of the building. Intriguingly enough, he did turn himself around. And no one's quite sure how he did that, but he still died all the same. Hey, as long as all she's wearing is the executioner mask, I'm okay with that. And as for Casey, I wanted to dress up like a 80-year-old woman. Like a lot of quilted clothes and multiple layers. Yeah, but he was off his skull, so of course. Joe knows what he did. But no, I think Ben would be the best port of call for that. Or Pimp. Oh, it would look like a third set of tits right there in between their tits. Get it? 'Cause he's fat. He's a fat boy. I haven't been on Pimp's streams in a long while. I don't know what he's up to these days. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went off him, not because he did it or said it, and it's just I looked at his stuff and I was like, I don't want to watch this. His voice is irritating. The people in the chat were irritating. Even people who were nice to me. Landon was always nice to me. Red was always nice to me. But for some reason I'd be just there like, no, I don't want to be around this people. So, unsub. Just strange. I don't understand why. I'd be okay with that on any other ghost in the world. I mean, I'm talking about Attila the Hun, Hitler, Ted Bundy, Justin Bieber, but not Joe. Not Joe. Truckin', I'm a truckin' baby. I'm gonna fucking in the truckin'. Five hours remain. Really? He creeped you out? How the fuck did he creep you out? It wouldn't be his voice, would it? I like Luna, she's cool. And not Luna from Twitch, but she's like this black girl with this very unique laugh. She's very pretty. I hit on her once and oh my fucking Christ. Chipmunk was like, she's mine, motherfucker! Something tells me she's not yours there, pimp. She wasn't mine either, but the difference is I can back off, but you're like, Mah! Most attractive accent in the world is the Mississippi accent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck off, bitch. It's the Irish accent. I am Irish Chipmunk. Just replace kratom with alcohol and you got yourself Sleepy Monk streams. It was the eyes. I felt they could see through the computer. He can, but it's also because he's usually stoned out of his gourd. So that means he has no idea what the fuck is going on half the time. I love you, pimp. I really do. I don't want you to get any ideas. But, yeah. You make the same sort of impression I do, which is, oh Jesus, back away slowly and look for all exits. After a while, you're like, oh, well, I overreacted. This guy kind of seems fun. But, yeah. I think that's one reason why you were such a good bouncer. Bit of motherfucker's nutsack I did. Mm-hmm. Wrong. Sexist, clearly the slow sounding ones. Oh, so you mean like this? I can do that. Would you like me to do that for the next 5 hours? If you are, please tip. Description link has my Streamlabs, and I can make all your dreams come true. I'm not even good. I can even do hip hop. Wanna hear Pimp Monk? I can do Pimp Monk. Y'all about to get blocked. I sound like Bobby Hill when he was on Adderall. Every single one of these chips has 74 inches, except for this one. I don't even know if you guys can hear me, I'm talking so softly. Y'all got a tip. I would love to hear Pimp do a AMSR. So I got stuff around me. I'd like to hear it. That's me farting, by the way. I was actually told by numerous people I could do AMSR, and I'm like, no. I don't want to do that. I mean, context, I suppose? Not all girls like ASMR. Not even sexually, just sort of like a chillaxing sort of thing. LGR is great for that. Like, there's nothing sexual about it, what he's just talking about building a computer that has like a wood paneled outside, but the way he talks, it's sort of like, and now we're gonna apply the screws into the motherboard to slot it in place. There we go. Look at that. The 2700 series fits in just as well as the 2600 series. What a shocker. I'm just there like, yeah. And here we go! Oh yeah, baby! Oh yeah! F7. Total service, baby. Total service. By the way, I'm just transporting meat. I don't know. I don't know what type of meat. I don't think it matters either. All I know is that it's meat. Wait, what? Wait, is this it? This can't be the location, can it? I apparently have numerous times. And now the map won't load. There we are. Back that meat. Bow, bow. Go to Yuma. I'm in Tucson. Where's Yuma? Oh, I've been tenderized before. I think girls prefer to getting tenderized because it's just like a whole wave of nerve endings going crazy. There we are. What the fuck's going on with my damn sat-nav? Yeah, you guys can see that. That's makes no sense. Why is the sat-nav completely blank? So I have to use my own intuition. and a map. Is it normal? Well, it really depends. Well, I've actually been in restaurants where they've punched the meat. I had gloves on, but sure enough, thud, 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 thud. To tenderize that steak, baby. Gotta tenderize it. Yeah, something's gone wrong here. So, F6. Cancel current job. Well, that cost me $12,000. Can I just point out, by the way, if the wall is built, towns like Yuma, El Centro, San Diego, Sierra Vista, Hobbs, Carabas, Arista, all the places down here too. I'd love if they had this sort of like epic fight with the steak. They have this huge steak and they bow to it, and then suddenly it goes all like framed in, and then suddenly they start having this huge fight where they're like smashing through walls, grappling with the steak that's clearly not doing anything, and like they slam it up against the wall and start punching it, and then suddenly they get thrown back through some sort of magical thing. It's just a steak, like it has no say on anything in the world because it's just a steak. And eventually they just like start pummeling it over and over again. And then they casually just fling it up onto the fryer, turn it over twice, give it to you, and then bow and walk off. It'd be like that, what's that Japanese style of cooking where you're sitting in front of the tray and it's like a scalding hot table, and you are watching them. It's like fling all that stuff around. It's not Mongolian barbecue, because I've had that before, and that is interesting, but that is like very industrialized. Alright, for some reason the sat-nav is acting like a cunt. I'm gonna end this stream. Well, yeah, I'm gonna end it, but not quite in... Yeah, I can wait a few more minutes. Steak is just fucking levitates for some shit and telekinesis this piece of shit out of you. He keeps getting like punches across the face, and then he keeps punching the steak back, and eventually you know, it's like all to epic music, like it's the spirit of the cow seeking vengeance. I'm not done yet. I just had myself a little bit of a brainstorm because I actually feel it right now. So give me a second, I need to pee. Proud with the scars of battle. I'll always remember that, but the real question is, will anyone else know where I got the reference from? Have I ever had ice cream rolls or stretchy ice cream? I have not. What is it? When you say ice cream rolls, it sounds like a type of sort of like ice cream cake, which I love ice cream cake, but something tells me that's not it. Ooh, Midweek Madness, Scythe. Digital download, $9.99. Aww. I got Stellaris, so I didn't. 75% off in Darkest Dungeon. Cool. Slytherin's stuff, 90% off. Dying Light is 70% off. I hear good things about Dying Light. Yakuza, new DLC for Yakuza 0. And Planetfall, Age of Wonders. Neat. Okay, cool. We are going to be playing some Euro Truck. That's right. That way I don't need to have to worry about putting up a different icon or some shit like that. We're playing Euro Truck, baby. And if I'm right, in America everyone is making shit tons of money and all is good in the hood, but in Euro Truck, it's just chaos. Can't wait till they do like Euro Truck 3 or something like that. I want a house, for fuck's sake. Give me a family, give me a dog. I mean, Farming Simulator gives us that. Are you saying you are weaker than Farming Simulator, good sir? I am saying I don't know what I'm saying. Low energy trucker. Continue game. Hi folks! Oh! The stretchy ice cream looks exactly how it sounds. Right. Neat. If I've had it before, I wasn't aware of it, but that does not mean I haven't had it. Sentia! That doesn't make any sense. Sentia! Stream is offline. Don't let that fool you. I'm very much online. There we are. Better? Good? Good boy? Good. I do have an Astro. Sorry about the delay while we're waiting for it to come back. Boop. Boop. Now we enter the magical world of Euro Truck, where I am still €500,000 in debt. Alright, I got some stuff for you. Number one, Bernie Sanders going for 2020. What do you think of that? Think he's too old? Do you think that there are better people up on the docket? Do you think he's still gonna lose because Trump is the greatest American person of all time? It is, isn't it? It tells you things, mostly door-based. Right. Yeah, the game just freezes when you're starting up something so colossal as Euro Truck, which I imagine Euro Truck does take up a lot of memory, a lot of information, a lot of shit like that. Let's deal with my colossal debt. Oh yeah, babe. Yeah, so are you feeling the burn? Because, you know what? I'm down for Bernie, but only if he gets some very, very, very young people to replace him if he dies. Which is a huge possibility, considering his old age. But I would definitely vote Bernie over, right now, everyone. I mean, Cortez is fine. It's fine. If Bernie wasn't involved in the docket, then I suppose I'd go with someone else, but... Oh, is Estonia known for its watermelons? I mean, if he gets a nomination, I think he'll win. As for better people, best chance we got, I think, yeah. It would definitely open the door for a lot of really cool people who might come after Bernie. You know, look at America, like 20 years from now, people could say, look what happened under, like the way people are talking about like Reagan. Look what happened under Sanders. America saw a huge increase in quality of life, a massive increase in college applications, so on and so forth. So why don't we just keep taking those ideas further? It's just... he's so old. He is so old. That is the scary part about it. you deserve everything. Let's have a look at that back. Okay, see what's going back there? See the little European logo on the corner of their license plate? Every car in the European Union has one of those, but I couldn't tell which one that's meant to represent. Oh wow, this one's very laggy, isn't it? That's probably me, what was it? Me, do not get Ben Shapiro to place him. Talk about one step forward, kick down the... Well look, here's his take. Ben Shapiro has one thing on this planet, and that is very simply this. His sister looks good naked. Everything else on the planet, everything else related to Ben Shapiro is null and void because he is a fuck. And his sister is very nice looking naked. I'd love to spin my dreidel in that. Oh, judo joke. But all that Jew talk aside about Ben Shapiro and his ability to apparently be able to turn in better than I can, Ben is a terrible example of anyone's opinion beyond maybe a few thousand wealthy motherfuckers from New York. So... hell, I hate the motherfucker, but Calgar is, at least has more of a fan base than Shapiro does. Because Shapiro is all about that money, money! It's not even like the 1%, is it? It's like just the halfway between whatever the hell the rest of us are and the 1%. The very well-off middle class, the lower upper class would listen to Ben Shapiro. White, of course. Rose, oh, you are in for a treat. Let's type in Ben Shapiro's sister naked. Oh, no, no. When I say naked, I mean naked. So unless Ben Shapiro is a cover... It was Ben Shapiro, though, wasn't it? I gotta find this out myself, so I'm obviously going to cover my tracks. Boom. 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 Let's just wait a few seconds to see that I did indeed cover my tracks, so you couldn't see a damn thing in the planet. God, there's quite a delay on this one, isn't there? This won't be, Euro Truck won't be much of a long stream. Okay, I'm going to, I am minimizing, I'm bringing my screen up. Okay, good. 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 Okay, none of you can see it, that's good. Abigail Shapiro. Yep, there she is. I knew I wasn't wrong. I just needed to see the first object that came up on Twitter, and I'm like, yep. Everything else about Ben is nothing more than a privileged, spoiled little brat who's maybe not as depressing as Cowger, but still, he lives in this rarefied atmosphere that has no relationship to anything. So anyone who looks to him for some sort of moral guidance is really just looking to an authority figure at this point. And an authority figure in the sense that, oh, he's well off. You know, the way that he inherited all his money. So if we listen to him, maybe I'll be well off. No. No, that's not how that works. It doesn't work if you listen to somebody who earned their money either. You know? It's just, Ben Shapiro thinks that he's some sort of moral high ground bullshit. No, he's not. He's a fucking shitheel. But I'm glad he showed up, because then I wouldn't have been able to see his sister naked. Because no one would have cared. She would have just been some obscure revenge girlfriend nudes. Really? Well, she definitely has nice boobs. She's got nice Jew boobs going on there. And I don't know why Jewish girls always have big boobs, but they've got nice, big, soft boobs. But, no, I find her hot. I find her very hot. But, yeah, Ben is... I don't give a shit. As for Cowger, I think if anyone ever supported Cowger, they just need to see how they treated DP. How he treated DP. We just fucking destroyed that shit. Trying to think of someone on the right who isn't just an absolute retard in terms of how they talk. Can you think of anyone? Because we always make fun of the people on the left, this sort of like feminist frequency sort of bullshit. But Honey Badger, maybe? Jubes. Oh, Jubes are just glorious. I've partaken of Jews before, and technically, due to my genetic and racial well, obviously racial, my ethnic disposition, you could argue that my moobs are in fact Jew moobs. I've had people call me a Hebrew before, considering my ethnicity. Yeah, people like Ben are the ones that have to wear the nose with pride. Genetics are weird, man. Yeah, no, I can't think of Honey Badger. Maybe is somebody on the right who would be considered like a bit of a joke, considering how they have to use like the sock puppets and they make the threats towards Mr. Medicare. Someone who was on like the JF. I don't know why it took me so long. JF would be a perfect example. As someone on the extreme right who would just be as much of a joke as on the extreme left. On the extreme left, you got like Feminist Frequency. On the right, you've got JF. So, of course, in their world, you could never compare the two. How dare you compare the two? How dare you even assume that the two are related in any way? Oh, fucking shit. You guys are speaking the same level of piss, just from different angles. That's all. On Ryby's Rabbit, there's on Ryby in a fan group from the earliest days. There was this guy. I won't tell you his name. I've always liked him, but he's very defensive. He's very knee-jerk, quick to anger, and he is very conspiracy theory labeled. And he's huge into. That's how I found out about the honey badgers. He would sometimes take over the rabbit on slow days, and just we'd watch them responding to MGTOWs and incels, and they were like, I can kind of see what they're on about. Oh, it's a group. It's not an actual person. It's an actual animal. Like, the animals are motherfuckers. They're not an actual... but, you know, last time I checked, I don't think they're trying to promote small government and keeping our guns and promoting Christian values. No. They're not MRAs, basically. They're honey badgers. They do their own shit off there in the distance. But no, he introduced me to them, and you know, I could agree with some things they were saying, but then they'd go off on tangents about how you know, if you find something that's wrong and you point that out, you're somehow magically an SJW. I mean, I follow the same principle as Jake from Hugo and Jake. They, you know, if you see something wrong with the world and you call it out, you're not immediately this or that, you're just calling it out. I don't give a shit about your labels afterwards. Even though when he was on Non Sequitur a few weeks, last week, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it. Jake and Jesse Lee Peterson. Beta! Amazing! It's like, oh, a part of me was like, you shouldn't give this motherfucker a platform, and the other side is, he's like this beautiful train wreck full of fireworks that just won't stop exploding. Oh, I don't know why people call Hugo and Jake SJWs. Because they support trans rights. Because they don't think Trump is a good president. Well then, by that logic, I'm an SJW, aren't I? And yet I support the death penalty and guns and the free market. Alright, I don't support guns to a huge degree, and I think the free market doesn't need to be 100% free, but still, like, the principle stands. It's not all shades of grey. Welcome back to Low Energy Rambles, where after hours of drinking and talking to people and shouting at trolls, No Energy Videos finally will start his rambling. So, I personally believe that Oh yeah, I caught the beginning of that. Have you heard so much wrong said in so little time? I have, but only because I said it, and if you don't know what I mean, look back to find the picture with Liam Neeson in my description, and then listen to what I have to say. And then you'll know what I'm talking about. I've heard shit like this before. I've heard worse shit like this before. But there's a gradient. Quite simply put, all the time I was listening to this guy, I was just thinking, oh my god, he is literally Uncle Ruckus. He is a real Uncle Ruckus. Not like the way Kanye is just a fucking retard, or say Tommy Sotomayor does not like the idea of women talking back to him. No, this motherfucker is a genuine Uncle Ruckus. Not even an Uncle Tom. Oh my god, I'd watch the entire thing if I were you. Jake actually then rewatched it and broke it down on his own Twitch channel. And you can just see Jake just in the bottom corner looking up on himself going like, how the hell did I put up with that? I like Non Sequitur. I think they have too many technical problems. They really need to work out their bandwidth. Kyle also needs to be more aggressive with the banhammer. He does it. He really does it. It's just... I think if anything he needs to be more... Like, Jesse just controlled that entire argument. Good thing what he was saying was just nothing but bullshit. But... what happens if somebody who had stuff that could really be construed into something horrible? I mean, Jesse's a mentally challenged fucking toe that's gained sentience. What happens if someone who had real brains abused Kyle like that? Jesse Ruckus. Amazing Beta! The Great White Hope! Well, so that was with Jesse. I was actually aiming for that so I can do this. Every single time Jesse talks, if you pause him, he's like this. That's Jesse. Every single time. The only time I've ever seen anyone even remotely like that is somebody who might have had a stroke. Or somebody who, a friend of mine, when they get really, really drunk and stoned at the same time, and it's like really late in the evening, their face just becomes like Jesse, but they're like as white as fuck. So they just become like... Maybe Jesse is off his fucking skull, I don't know. The whole time I watched him, I was thinking, this guy wants to be up the ass so bad. Oh, what masters? We harder. Yep, he does. There's a lot of... you go on Pornhub or you go on Motherless, in particular Motherless.com. There's tons of YouTube... not YouTube. Well, there is YouTube, but tons of porn websites. There's a lot of interracial porn that has a lot of racist undertones. Like, a lot of racist undertones. And most of it has to do with black guys talking about how they'll breed out the white race and uhuru with proud Nubian seeds, uhuru. So when I hear Ghazi, the most like effeminate motherfucker in the world, saying it, I just have to laugh. But it's also true elsewhere. Like white guys do say this in reverse. And I'm almost thinking that maybe there is not a single black guy who thinks that way. And there's not a single white guy who thinks that way. Instead, it's reverse. Every Black Stallion 666 is actually a fat white guy who hates being white, and every Aryan superior cock XXX is actually someone like Jesse Lee Peterson or Ghazi, who's kind of like jacking off to the idea of being sort of like fed to the pigs while black women are pleasing their white masters. Because the self-hate is so obvious. It's like so obvious when you watch interracial porn like that, and you can never escape it. You go to the most like generic, boring shit on like Pornhub, braziers and things like that. You go into the descriptions and oh wow, yeah, you'll find stuff like wipe out the white race and like geld the white boy at birth, or you know, you see it in reverse where a white guy is with a black woman, and then it's the same in reverse, and then you've got all the other ones like Mexicans who want to wipe out Asian people, and Asian people who want to wipe out white people, and it's just, you just have a lot of hate, don't you? You know, like, I want you to take that hate and kind of just vanish from my life if it's all the same to you. I don't come to Pornhub to do that. I come to come, and yeah, there's races will become submerged eventually. We could teal. Could be teal. You know. Oh, absolutely. It's like chicken sandwich. You know that's going to be the dewbacks. I mean, if you want an example of what English is going to sound like in at least 100 years, go to Singapore. Listen to the slang in Singapore. It is, you don't even need to do that. There's a great YouTube channel. It's like, say, something like phrases in slang across the world. Something like that. And you will find, like Singapore girls and guys, particularly girls. They were raised with English, but they also have Chinese, and they also have their own sort of like Indonesian-esque sort of thing. So all three come together, and then you get this sort of like, "Wah, bitch, what do now, eh?" You know, like, "What up, you?" You know, like, it's just the English language will just change. It won't evolve. It won't evolve. It will change. It will become something else. Like India is a great example for that. Indian. Or hell, not Creole, that's French. What the Rastafarians sound like, Jamaican slang and Caribbean slang. Like that's probably what English is gonna, or South African for that matter. It's gonna just devolve, and that's gonna go through for every single language: Chinese, Russian, Arabic. And as for the tits and ass thing, fuck yeah. Unless, of course, I'm in the mood for more of a perky day. A sort of like eager 20-year-old and her boyfriend making a porn tape. In which case, I'm down for that then. Perkiness. No, I think once you add hate into porn, then that shit needs to be kicked off your site and instead going into something like 4chan and things like that. Which even then, I'm not cool with, but I mean, everyone has a right to express themselves and they need a platform, so I guess in 4chan, if it's going to take up the mantle, you'll find everything you want to find, and everything you didn't ever wanted to even think about on 4chan. I talked about this to Chess on when she interviewed me. After the fact, I do believe. And before, too. That was a great interview. I fucking love doing that with her. I'd love to do something else like that in the future. Anyone who watches this in the future and wants to interview me, hook me up. There I went quiet. I had my own little dialogue with myself about about something that you wouldn't have any reference to. I hate when you kind of like relive a conversation that you had like years prior. I really hate that because, you know, it's not a matter of letting go, you did, it's the fact that it popped in regardless into your head. Yeah, chess is kind of cool. I like Jay and chess. I think once they move into to Niagara Falls, they'll be very one-off. Nada, that's right. But yeah, there's a great comic from, I absolutely love them. They're called Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, or SMBC. I used to read the shit out of them. I think I've read every single comic they've ever made. They do their own sort of like gatherings and shit like that, like the Institute for Nerds. They're very intelligent. I mean, like there's like quantum physicists who write for them and things like that, and it's all sort of tongue-in-cheek. And don't get me wrong, it isn't things that'll make you piss yourself laughing, but instead it's people who go like, you know, that's kind of smart. But there's a comic they did years ago, and it was simply just this guy walking down the street going like, hey, today's going pretty well. In fact, this year's going pretty well. And then suddenly in the back of your mind, you hear, hey, do you remember that awkward thing you did 5 years ago? Let's obsess over that for the next 5 days. And then he just stops and looks sad, and that's the comic. Yeah. Fuck that shit. I also like God, which just appears this multi-tiered disc. Even worse, you ever have an argument with someone and afterwards think to yourself, think if you said this? Yes! Yes, because that's YouTube! Have you not noticed that? That is like entirely what YouTube is. It is just sort of like an argument and then 5 days pass and then response. What if that person said that to the guy straight away? You think they're gonna have an immediate response quite as well? No! I know I don't! I wouldn't have had just an immediate sort of knee-jerk sort of like, hey, this is the correct way to respond. Instead you have to think about it for days and days and days and days. Way to make it obsessive, you know? That's why so many people, especially young people, will just have this knee-jerk reaction of, fuck you, you know. I mean, when Jesse and Jake were talking, Jake wanted to have a proper conversation, but Jesse was just there like, boo, boo! You know, he was just screaming at the high heaven, and he wanted to get sort of gotcha moments. Well, Jake was like, do you not want to break down each and everything you're saying to, you know, talk about it? Because you're implying a lot of horrible things. But in all fairness, Jake is a creature of this environment. I am not. I will never be. That's why I don't think I'm ever going to be in a debate. I think I'll be one of the speculators. Let's just say there's a Google let's just say 2 or 3 years down from the line. Mr. Mediker is talking about the rise and fall of, I don't know, H-Bomber guy, right? And this is an example. I don't think in 5 years from now H-Bomber guy is going to fall apart because he says something stupid, but it could happen. But there's a Google Hangout, right? And he says something. I will be one of those icons down in the corner. I think that's going to be my impact. I'm probably not going to even get a word in during this, but I will be there on ground zero when it happens. I think that's going to be my impact. But you want me to, like, add or take away shit? It's going to be very bare bones. Like, if I meet a Sargon supporter, I'm like, dude, stop treating them like numbers and start treating them like people. If I ever, next time I get on, no, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Next time I get on Pull the Trigger, I'm going to probably have to talk to Creamage about this. Which I'm cool with. But my immediate response is that they're people who need help. You know, don't treat them like numbers, statistics. They're not. There's not some sort of globalist conspiracy. They're not sort of flooding in because they want to intentionally steal your shit. They're running away from problems. You know, maybe treat them as a little bit of like human beings. Jake Rocks, I actually need to get off. I'm nearly 5 AM. Hey man, I'm literally ending it myself, so it's okay. I want to play a little bit of Dom Deep. Oh, wow! Holy shit! Welcome to Dom Depot, home of well, if you have to ask, then you should go across the street. Sub savings. But no, yeah. Thanks for keeping me preoccupied and company there, Rose. And thank you to everyone else who popped in. Except for once, I'm gonna say this, not Josh, because Josh is just... he needs to grow the fuck up. And I know he's still watching. I mean, unless that number down the corner now is a bit out of date, it's... yeah, it's bullshit. But, yeah, I'm gonna go and do my own thing. So, to everyone else who watches this in the future, thank you so much. As always, I want to thank everyone in the chat who popped in, like, minus one person this week. And I also want to thank Evan for giving me permission to play his new album, 111, made by Cynic, which you will not find the link down below, but you'll find a link to his YouTube down below. As always, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you don't like it. Do not forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do not forget that we have a Discord, which again you will find the link down below, along with my contact details. And I was going to play Borderlands earlier, but so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for a quick game. Nothing fancy, nothing too much. Probably Borderlands, because I've been threatening that again for a while now. So, okay, that's it. I'm out of here. So, goodbye to video game.